Prince William will be a radical and relevant monarch exclusive. Greetings from royal family on my channel. Talking about Prince William and Earthshot, Sunday Times royal editor and presenter Roya Nikha appeared on a Right Royal podcast. After a fantastic week in Singapore hosting the Earthshot Prize Awards ceremony among other A-list celebrities, Prince William has returned to his Windsor residence. The future king gave a startling speech at the conclusion of his tour in which he revealed his vision for the future and declared his desire to go a step further than both his father, King Charles, and the late Queen Elizabeth II. He told the British print traveling media, "I want to actually bring change, and I want to bring people to the table who can do the change if I can't do." In fact, Sunday Times royal journalist and presenter Roya Nikha discussed Prince William's desire to make changes in the future in the most recent episode of a Right Royal podcast, which is produced in collaboration with True Royalty TV. In an interview with hosts Andrea Camano, Emmy Griffiths, and Emily Nash of Hello, the royal editor, Roya disclosed that William will undoubtedly be a radical monarch. "Thank you. Please share my video." In the podcast, which you can listen to below, she stated, "I think he'll be a very radical monarch. I predict that the monarchy will rapidly change significantly in appearance. I do believe he will change significantly. I think he has probably got a vision for the monarchy that a lot of it will still feel familiar, but I think a lot of it will change." Regarding the comparison between William's future monarchy and other European royal families, Roya responds, "He knows the institution is much loved by a lot of people. He is aware that many people are clearly not particularly interested in it, especially younger ones. We'll remain aware that the British royal family exists. For example, I realized that was not the kind of service he would actually desire a few days after the coronation. He was quick to point out that it wasn't the kind of service he would have preferred and that his coronation would have looked quite different and more contemporary, and he was announcing that things will be quite different when I'm king just a few days after his father's coronation. A number of things will alter significantly." Roya and Emily continue by revealing which customary royal occasions the prince is probably going to alter and which ones we can probably expect to see a little less pomp in an effort to become a relevant ruler. King Charles III is going to have a royal headache as a result of Prince William's rash remarks regarding palace patronages. Shednose may receive an affiliate commission if you use one of our links to buy an independently rated good or service. Prince William appears to be causing King Charles III more trouble than he already has after acting strangely and making remarks that contradict the royal family's position. It's simply the most recent instance of how the future king and the current monarch disagree on matters of leadership, and it also brings up the old complaint of the Prince of Wales' work ethic. William publicly spoke on Wednesday while on a tour of Singapore with the British press how he would prefer to focus on social leadership in order to bring change in a new way rather than accepting too many royal patronages. He addressed the print media via Roya Nikha, royal editor of the Sunday Times on X. "You have to stay focused. If you spread yourself too thin, you just can't manage it, and you won't deliver the impact or the change that you really want to happen." After hearing what his oldest son had to say, Charles most likely slammed on the brakes because it went against the prevailing royal habit of encouraging as many patronages as possible. The Daily Beast quotes a philanthropist as saying, "These comments will be very concerning to a lot of charities that have relied on their royal patrons for generations. This is why it's a problem. Without a royal patron, it is nearly unable to raise any significant sum of money in Britain." Thank you for subscribing to my channel. During her reign, Queen Elizabeth II had more than 500 patronages, while Prince Philip, in his senior royal capacity, committed an astounding 800 charitable acts. The public's belief that the late Queen made a significant contribution to her nation is rapidly eroding as William faces criticism for not doing enough to maintain the current level of patronage. The environment and the homeless are 2 or 3 of his main issues, and he obviously wants to get involved in them, but William doesn't appear all that interested in supporting numerous organizations as required by the current royal structure.